you have to pull that off, which is hair. Now, right, that is the fan. Now, what you need to do to give you a bit more clearance is you pull this down. There's like a clip, yeah? And then you kind of push the button and turn it. Now, I really can't do that because you have to be kind of an acrobat to do that and hold the camera at the same time. Oh, can you see here? Right. So after you've taken this out, can you see here? Okay, so there is a little tab up there. It's really difficult to film and see, but what I'll show you, you've got to lift it up a little bit, then turn it clockwise, and this will come out. When we get it on the bench, I'll show you where it is actually. You just got to lift it up a teeny tiny bit and it turns clockwise. Okay, now we're going to get it out onto the bench. With this out of the way, it's easier to take out. So I'm going to take it out and we're going to get it out onto the bench.
Should turn nice and easy, and it's not. So it's going to be gunked up at the bottom here. So take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws out. I think they're going to be these ones. Yep, T15. So I'm going to take them out because I don't like filming with one hand, and I'm going to show you underneath there. Okay. By the way, these are really small. You need a T10 to open these up, so I'm just going to open those up now. And there we go. It's rusted to fuck. Excuse my French. So I'm going to have to look at these windings. I know the windings aren't too bad. The windings aren't too bad. So I'm going to clean this up. I've got some PB Blaster. I'm going to get that in there. And this needs to really turn freely. I think it's probably stuck here. And that's the issue. So I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to come back to you when I finish. Okay, so I've used a mixture of PB Blaster and there's some graphite. And to be honest, it's I don't know. You see, I mean, it's spinning better, but there's still a bit of thing. This is probably crapped up inside there. There's not really a lot you can do. I think this has had it. If you turn this, I can't do it with one hand, but if you spin it, I mean, there's some resistance there. I sprayed some stuff in there as well. I've just been working it in. It's not too bad, and it's not making any noise like a bearing grinding going, but certainly this is messed up. So what I'm thinking is this will get me through maybe until I get my next car. I know how the fix is with the pokey, as I know now how to take it apart. What I'll probably do, if this does stop working, I'll get another one and replace it, because it's not too bad. You know what I'm hoping? This really needs to soak in there and work in the internals, and I'm hoping that this will kind of soak in and do its stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back together again, get under the car, and I'm going to put it back in and then test it out. And we'll go back in the car with me testing it out, okay? So I just want to show you before a couple of things. One, just snug these up, okay? They don't need to be torqued up because they're just going into plastic. Check these cables, make sure that they're good, because there have been issues with fires and stuff. I've checked the cables in the car and they're okay. Most people, like even I did on the other video, like if you see you're upside down and you're trying to spray in there, you're really not being able to get into there. There was a video which I saw, which is good, where the guy stuck a screwdriver and moved this bit backwards and forwards, which is going to work, which is the same as doing it from the top bit, right, and pushing that. And you really need to get into this bit here, and you really can't do anything with this in situ. I mean, you can spray stuff, but it's going to fall up this way, right? So it's not going to do anything. There's a hole here. I think this is a drainage hole. I don't know why it's there. Don't forget to, because I think when it closes, it clips in. And also on this side, remember when I was trying to spray onto hair? This doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess it will roll down there if you use something like PB Blaster, but that's the sucker there. There's a combination. I think that whole bearing is screwed. So I'm going to go put back, it's not really, it's going to, you know, actually another thing that you can do with this is don't keep this off for long periods of time. Once a week at least, just put the fan on. It stops this from getting junked up. I've noticed this. So once a week, just put the fan on just for about a few minutes and then you're good. But the problem tends to be, and especially I notice, when this is in the car and you don't use the fan, or it's sitting like as we have with now COVID, and it's not moving, and this kind of locks up. But this is definitely moving nicely. So I'm going to put this back in the car now. I nearly forgot. I've put everything back together again. You see a lot of videos when they're taking these out, they pull this clip off and that clip. You don't need to take this clip off because that's the only one which is connected. But you need to take, you can actually remove the resistor in situ. Just pull this off, pull that off, and undo those screws. So that will come off quite easily.
It's under there somewhere, can you see? No, maybe not, you can't see. There you go. Put it in. And everything all goes in one way. So hopefully that should be all okay. Just test it out. So let's see. What do you think? Let's, we've got it on. On. So far so good. Let's do it on. So far so good. Yep. So yeah, I have a feeling that's not going to last very long. It's a bad, is it a bad design or isn't it a bad design? Don't forget I've had water egress, but this is a common. A lot of people have this whether they have water egress or not, and you saw how crappy that was looking. So I have a feeling that will last me a little while. If it does, then I'm kind of happy it will last me. If it lasts me before I can get another car, that's even better. But I know the fix. If it gets jammed, I won't be in a bad place. The only thing is I have to take those things. So if I'm at work, I won't be able to do it. But at least when I get home, I can do that. And it should get me out of the thing. And don't forget, once a week at least, just put that fan on just to give it a spin. Otherwise, it will jam up. So that's it.